So this is my new format. From now on, I'm going to do the short speed run video and a longer form video where I go over in-depth the comps. In-depth the mechanics, the way I want to do it. But now free reign. Maybe it'll be a 10-hour video. Maybe it'll be a 90-hour video. Maybe this video will go until I die or you die. Until I'm in your home, in your mind, and all that is inside of you is flares. Every piece of your essence. Why am I not starting the video? Because this is the longer video. I can start whenever the fuck I want. Okay? But I'll start now. So, wave 1, as I mentioned. The boss is otherwise known as Iron Pickaxe Loosen. Iron Pickaxe Loosen. The boss mechanic is that every time you hit him, he gets strength down. So let's go to my replay while I talk over what fucking they do. So, connecting replay. Even though this replay system, I have to record it, but that's so long to get the image for it. This is faster, but it's just such a garbage fucking system. We need to skip turns. There's be a more granular system. So, this is Iron Pickaxe Loosen. You ignore this. Yeah, after each attack, lose 41 strength. So, Arita auto wins. Arita auto wins this super hard. Like, look. We just played a few Arita cards. Already 164 strength down. See? Corporal Arita. If you get to the boss with Corporal Arita, even if you have Arita E level 1, just like before, you win. I don't have a level 1 Arita. The hard part is getting to the boss. Getting to the boss is the hard part. But once you're in the boss fight, it's smooth sailing. So some people would like to, on this map, there's a mob pack down. You go down, you grab the key, and then you go north. You go north, you battle that mob, get the heal, and you fight the boss while going to shop. That's what some people do. In this, I went to the shop, I fought all the battles. Therefore, it's very hard to fight all the battles with this comp unless you have a very good wheel setup. That's what really matters. But once you get to the boss, it's super easy. The mob fights are 10 times harder than the boss. Because as again, look. The boss has 1,800 strength down. 1,800 strength down right now. Look at this. 2,000 strength down. If the boss was attacking, he'd do 0 damage. This is going to be every turn. The boss is going to do like 1 damage to us. Because the minimum amount of damage the boss does is 1. That's the bare minimum amount of damage the boss does is 1 damage. So, you ignore the relic. I removed the relic for this. The relic for this is pretty trash, but yeah, see? So, he was doing a lot of damage, and now he's doing 1 times 4 damage. With only 410 strength down. So, with Arita, with Corpo, if you get to the boss, you win. Again, we're just memeing on this point. You can just stall forever. You can take this to like 100 turns. The boss does get strength every turn. Or like every couple of turns, he scales up. This is a scaling boss, but he has so little HP. And he always does a rest. So the boss's moveset is a 4-hit and a big 1-hit. The big 1-hit is going to be the harder thing. But again, if you have enough hits, it does no damage. So this is 4 damage. Wow. Impressive. And now he's going to do the big 1-hit. This is the big 1-hit Cranial Storm that the boss does. So we just gotta... I didn't even proc a DR in first fight. I was like, oh, maybe I like save this because I have 200% DR because the Corporal is scaling off of DR. I didn't proc a single DR the entire exploration when I should have to make the run faster. But I expected to need it, but I didn't need it at all. I didn't need to proc it all, so... Yeah, it was just smooth sailing here. And then I do the Corpo, so I can buff the stance. Yep. All the pilots. 574 strength down. Yeah, you can just play with this boss. Yeah, you can just play with this boss, make him your fucking, you know, toy or whatever you freaks want to do. But yeah, this is a very easy boss. Probably one of the easiest bosses in the game besides the one we had last week. But Wave 1 bosses are usually easy. Rarely are Wave 1 bosses hard. Rarely are they hard. So, again, this is pretty straightforward. I just meme. And I have all the relics, but again, I just let the boss scale up. He gets 100 strength every now and then. But yeah, he does 2,000 damage. 400 times 4, 490 times 4, it's 0. You just red stance when he's doing damage. Like, it's counterintuitive, but that's how the boss works. You red stance when he's doing damage, so you reduce his damage by hitting him. So look at that Rita ult. Yeah, that Rita ult is already, yeah. Keeps going. Yeah, keeps going. And again, he does zero damage again. Particularly 4 damage, you want to get specific. Yeah, there is nothing to write home about. Just play Arita, get to the boss, and you win. Just play Corporal Rita, get to the boss, you win. This is easy. It doesn't matter your investment. All that matters is getting the boss. The only investment that matters is can you hit the boss. If you can reach the boss with whatever foul sorcery you do, you win. You just gotta reach this boss with this comp, and you win. So, yeah. And the boss is doing nothing again. Now, I could have burst this turn. I could have. But I wanted to meme on the boss for the replay. That's what I want to do. I wanted to meme on the boss for the replay, so I didn't. Because I could have just exalted Cassian and exalted Arita, and the boss would be dead in red stance. But I wanted to stall another turn because because D-Tide is not a race, unlike story mode, which is the clearing time. So I just want to have fun with my D-Tide. So this is ton of damage. Oh wow, he's doing so much damage. Yeah. Wow, he's doing so much damage. Yep, he's doing 1 damage again. Congrats, boss. And boss fight's over. That is the boss. That is the boss. It does not matter what investment your Arita is. All that matters is the investment you need to hit the boss in the first place. Now, the second comp I did was with Dorazine. Dorazine can clear the mobs on the way to the boss, better than the boss himself. But we're gonna quickly go over the Dorazine. It's a lot slower than Arita, because my Arita comp is a lot stronger than my Dorazine comp. But even though this is a plus 12 Dorazine, he has suffers, even with 1,000,000 HP here. So I put the Pharaohs, not because Pharaohs is particularly good, mostly because I wanted the red stance to get the strength down. That's the whole purpose, because I'm using the Chromophages and Pikmin and red stance to reduce the damage the boss does. I'm basically repeating the things in order to survive. Because if you know, Dorazine is a lot of big single target hits. The way to solve that is with Pikmin and Blue Realm. If you pair with Blue Realm, you get free access to strength down in cases like this, where you can just easily live. Yeah, with tentacles. So yeah, that's the whole purpose. Now, it's really boring to watch this, so yeah. Yeah, just do the multi-hit. It's red ring, so Lei is actually good. Lei's fucking ring makes her viable. I wish it was in her base kit. So let's go over Wave 2. So Wave 2 is almost always a caster auto-win comp, because Wave 2, they always give you a busted relic. Now, this makes Wanda broken. I recorded the entire session of me doing this Wanda to showcase why she got nerfed and why Wanda 24 got nerfed. Is because of situations like this, where you see her old power when you are playing her with counter. So that's why, main reason why she was completely gutted for Arc 2. In Arc 2, in most cases, she's fucking useless. But in this scenario, she's very good. So let's go over my setup. So this relic is the caster auto win relic. This is the caster auto win relic. You just gotta stall. This is the stall relic. Every turn, you get 1200 counter for free. Every turn, by doing nothing. And this counter procs corrosion. This counter will kill every mob and the boss for you. And if you exalt 3 times in one turn, it gives you 500% of 25% of it as temporary counter for a big burst thing. We're not going to actually play this, but I also picked up Nameless Appendage, which is the main strength of running blue, is getting this fucking relic. Nameless Appendage, when you blue stance, make all enemies lose 264 temporary strength. This is upgraded. This is the plus version, so this is the upgraded version. So Cassia's whole gimmick is doing multi-hits. Her whole gimmick is doing multi-hits. So counter goes very well with her, and this relic auto wins. So you can play with his caster, caucus, etc. However, I used my caucus with my Twill on wave 5. So I did not use it here. But if you have it, you're not going for 425 like I am, use the caucus here as well. Because this is a counter boss. She does multi-hits all the fucking time. So let's get started this playing. So you don't even have to play caster the way I never go for a DPS caster for real. I just let the relic do it. And what Wanda does is also strength down. So both Wanda and the relic gives us strength down because we can outsource our counter generation completely. Now, let me tell you. We got 2,167 counter due to the Rouse effect and this relic. Now, how much does Wanda give you? This is why she is so dog shit generally. This is my Wanda away. I put Soul Forge in her. Well, no, this one. Yep. She gives you 229 stacks of counter, playing her 4 costs. Now, used to be used with 24 and in Daffodil, and it'll be fine. It'll be great in Arc 1. But they nerfed it heavily in Arc 1 with 70% reduction. You know all the modifiers. I showed it several times in the video. But this is 229 counter on Wanda. So, this relic, every turn... Yep, every turn is worth 6 of Wanda's 4 costs. Using that logic is worth 24 mana, right? Yeah, that's how fucking garbage Wanda's counter generation is. So, Wanda can just outsource her counter all the way to the relic. And you can use Wanda and her kit. Now, if there's another good ultra, you know, unit, maybe Wanda will experience a resurgence. But right now, she generates no fucking counter, dude. This is all the fucking relic. Wanda is literally doing nothing but her kit. And her kit is very good. Her kit is very good. I never shit on her actual kit. Her card and counter generation, fucking dog shit. So now, turn 2, we have 5,000 counter. You see the power of this fucking image relic and why I call it the auto win caster relic? This is just stalling. You don't have to play any attack cards, anything. So Cassia's main strength is that she gives you weakness, she gives you fragile. That's what the song does for. She removes fragile. And you don't care about weakness because all your damage is from counter. All you gotta do is survive and shield up every hit. And look, 8,000 counter. Turn 2. So, we rouse everyone. 1 card. Yep. I rouse someone else. Yep. Yep, and we don't care about proccing the corrosion there. And look at this. 13,000 counter, turn 3. 13,000 counter, turn 3. Just off of the relic and rousing. This is just off of the relic and rousing. All you gotta do is stall and turtle with caster. That's all you gotta do. It's pretty easy to play. Even an ultra player can figure it out. But let's keep going. So, again, I'm building up corrosion because it's going to proc off the counter. So you play generally 1. You basically hold enough Onyx Plume so you're taking as little damage as possible. And you get rid of this Worm. You don't really need Jenkins here anyway. I just used the Jenkins because it's what I had and it's for her HP values. I X-ult. Again, I don't care about doing. I'm just getting rid of cards in my hand. Yeah. So this is 67 corrosion. It's gonna 67k corrosion. All of it's gonna be proc on counter. So end turn. How many turns? 16,000 counter. Turn 4. And it proc all the corrosion. Yep. So this is a pretty fun thing. I mean, I find it fun. I could have also Wanda exalted, but you know, I saved the Wanda exalt later on in the video. You'll see where I save it for. But Umbral. Yep. So I wanted to push here because I did not want her to use telekinesis and do this effect. So I wanted to push her before she does that, so she phases. So that's the whole purpose of this round. So 18,000 counter, turn 5. Again, you're getting more and more counter just from the relic. We don't have any real counter unit. I've never played a single Wanda counter generation card. And I'm gonna Exalt on Wanda. So that is her bread and butter. So in case you guys don't know, Wanda's Exalt with 10 Dream Stack Ward doubles the hit the enemy does, and also reduces their damage dealt by 60%. Double their attack, so they're gonna hit 10 times onto my counter. And I have Nameless Appendage. What does it do? Minus the strength. So she's gonna do no damage to us with this combination of shit. So we're just gonna scale up. I'm gonna White Stance at the very end. I don't see a reason to White Stance now. So right now, 37 times 10, no damage at all. So 27 counter, 21,000 counter times 10, 210,000 counter. So done. And again, we could just burst it with just counter corrosion if I wanted to, but I wanted to meme on the boss. You know how I play. Because we can just kill her outright just playing plumes, just pluming her down. We could have killed her this round, but I want her to hit me. Okay, I want her to hit me. Just to showcase you don't need Caster's OE. You just need Caster's Exalt. You just need Caster. Again, this is just the counter damage. And the boss is dead. And I could have just stalled for another turn. Yeah, I could have stalled longer. So you can do this without Wanda as well. All you need to do a way to get remove Fragile, because the boss does give you Fragile. I have the song there to remove Fragile. So let me do the Whale Borrow comp showcase. So this one, I use Winkle Ogier 24. So why is Ogier here? His Exalt removes Fragile. That is it. And Winkle's Exalt remove Fragile. And Winkle has weakness. And you need weakness, double source of weakness to get to the boss. You need more sources of weakness to play this stall comp. Because you don't want to go into a mob turn and caught with your pants hanging down. You don't want to caught your pants down, okay? It's like you're at a party with Kevin Spacey. You don't want your pants to be down, okay? So you want more chances to get weakness in order to play the stall comp, because you don't have any real damage sources. All you're doing is stalling until the relic auto wins you the game for you. Until the relic does your job for you, that's all you do is stall. So I'm gonna speed up here. Speed up. Nope, that's not speed up. Again, this is very wonky. I just Exalt so I can do the thing. I'm not. Okay, the only reason I do this is because of the +2 hand size limit. So Ultra 24, besides being a counter 24, now we have a 14 card hand limit. This is another caster stall comp, so you can have 14 plumes in hand to stall more. Yeah, just stall more, and that's all we're doing is stalling. All we're doing is stalling. Yep, and now play the X card. Yep, nothing matters. I also had really good relics getting the boss. I got really lucky with relics both runs, because I got a counter relic which speeds it up a bit. Ritual Dagger is very helpful. It speeds up killing the bosses. This relic is insane if you're playing counter comp. If you're playing counter comp, this relic is a must buy. But I got the free heal. I got this shield and heal buff. So I got like the holy grail this run. These two relics. And this. So these relics are whatever. So I can just stall infinitely. So if you're playing actual DPS cost into Cassia, you will have trouble. If you're not playing a tank comp into Cassia, you will struggle a little bit because she gives you permanent strength down. She does hit you pretty hard. And every card you play in Phase 2 builds progress towards summoning a mob. But with a caster stall comp, you just don't care about that. You don't play that many cards anyway unless you want to. You just have full shield every turn and you just wait. You just stare at the boss until the boss kills herself. Yeah, this is the caster peak gameplay here. You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like. So I'm putting another turn of weakness. Yep. So taking no damage again. You need this alert 4. If your caster can't do alert 5, but if you have a whale caster, you need this alert 5. So we're just stalling again. Again, she's nerfing us. She's giving us weakness. She's giving us strength down. That's what the boss does. We don't give a fuck. We don't do damage playing cards. We do damage from the relic. Okay, we do damage. This is our damage. This is our holy grail. This is all of our damage. Okay. So I'm just exalting on caster. You can just regular exalt if you want. So to get more shields. So boom. Bye bye. Adios. There's more hit on my counter. So I'm gonna build up a bit and we're gonna summon. So this is what I'm talking about. Like every 10 cards you play summons this. And the Joker. So it's very annoying for some DPS comps. A lot of this is a pretty easy boss regardless, but this is a comp where caster really shines, or in Wanda shines. So, and we're just gonna do that. Install. Bye bye. Trigger my corrosion, why don't you? And again, I can kill her just by playing Onyx Plumes now. I don't remember if I did or if I memed on her. I think I memed on her. I'm pretty sure I memed on her, but I'm not sure. Did I meme on her? Aww. Did I waited for her? Nope, I did not wait. Yep. Here we go. So you can just meme on her in her turn, but you can just finish her off there. Unfortunate. Past players didn't meme on her. How late were you doing faster? I was probably getting late. I was probably doing whatever. So wave 3. Wave 3, Aisha. Aisha is pretty annoying for most people, but you can do the typical G.com or you can do Manchette with Aegis. So if you do not have OE Manchette, it's going to be a bit of a struggle because her entire gimmick is Reinforce. Now, Reinforce is just damage reduction. Even with Manchette's boss buff, it's very annoying having 80% damage reduction. What most players do is play a Jellet or an Aegis comp into Aisha, but I'm already using Aegis somewhere else. I don't need to use her here. I have Manchette pulled over Exalted, so again, I don't recommend pulling for her unless you're willing to wail on her. But her OE is very good, very important. That's why I don't rate her really highly. But this is Manchette. So basically the thing is you want to stun her after you phase her. So everything is just leading up to, so I'm just gonna wait to get, so every turn she gets 5% reinforced. So every turn, this is a DPS race. Every turn she takes 5% less damage. So this is way 1 of killing her. There are 3 ways of killing this boss. There are 3 methods of killing this boss. There's no wrong way. So this is the stun method of killing the boss. So this is the stun cheese. Now, 2 of the ways you kill the boss is by cheesing. Okay? That's 2 of the methods. That's 2 of the methods is by cheesing her. Method 1 is cheesing her with a stun. So do this. I don't want to use overexalt. Remember, if you have overexalt, make sure not to have it until it's ready. So I'm purposely exalting when it's weird. I'm not exalting when it makes sense. I'm exalting so that the bar does not fill up to overexalt. Because I do not want it to fill up to overexalt until I'm ready. I do not want the bar to fill up to overexalt until I'm ready. Because remember, the stun only works once. The stun only works once here. So I did that. Rock the DR here. So I think this is the time where I'm going for it. I'm going for the. I think I proc DR here on purpose. I think I remember. I think I proc DR here on purpose because I could have. Because you don't want to push her because the way the stun works is you have to push her the same turn you stun her, or actually you have to stun her the same turn you push her. Here we go. So I could have exalted and pushed her, but I'm eating a DR on purpose. Why? Because I don't want to push her, otherwise she'll get 80% reinforce. So now we want to push her. So a lot of mistakes people make doing this strat is they stun now. If you stun now, you lost. If you stun right now, you've lost the game. You played it wrong. You're an ultra player. Because what the boss does after you push her is she breaks out of the stun. You need to ensure that you push her first and then stun. You need to push her first and then stun. So I'm just exalting on her to get cars in order to push her. I need to push without using her exalt. Okay. Now we're stunning. So with the stun, she no longer gets 80% reinforced for a turn. Remember, when you phase a boss, they have cocoon. They're immune to all damage until next turn. However, if you stun them, it goes to next turn before they do their phase 2 mechanic. So I'm just gonna do this, and I'm gonna charge up Munchette for next turn. Yeah, and I hold these cards because they go through reinforcement. I'll go over the second half of this. So again, the boss did not buff itself, so it's doing the phase 2 mechanic. It hasn't gotten its phase 2 mechanic yet because we stunned her, but we can hit the boss now. It only has 35% reinforce versus 80. Now, this is a turn where you want to do as much damage as possible before she gets that 80% damage reduction. Now, this is the cheese version 1. So, I'm going to hold these bloodstains probably for the whatever. So, I'm going to get the Yvonne. You want to do as much damage as possible this turn. So, just doing this. I need to get her exalt. Lotan exalt does a percent of their boss HP. That's Lotan's exalt, very good. I rate her highly because of that. So yeah, that is the version 1. You can do this Gellet or Aisha. You gotta stun the boss or to kill the boss before it gets that 80% reinforce. If you guys get that 80% reinforce, it's an uphill battle. It's a very uphill battle. Now, what is method 2 of killing a boss? Well, I'm going to showcase, you can do it with salve, by the way. You can do this with salve. I'm going to showcase how to do it with salve towards the very end of the video, I guess. I'm gonna showcase how to do it with salve towards the very end of the video. So you basically, I use it now. So with the G.comp, you have to play it a little bit differently than normally. You save the bloodstains towards the end, but on the first few turns, you want to play them for the boss not to get the strength up. It's more worth it towards the end, because why? The bloodstain effect eats through Fortress. Fortress or Reinforce is not affected, is not affected by Fortress, and just hold it. And if you have 2 of them, you win. So, fragile effect, lighten effect, yep. Yeah, you know how the G.comp works. And the boss does a massive 10 hit. She does like massive huge hit. You want to save Feint, Exalt, or Overexalt, or her cards for it. Why? Feint's Soul Forge comes in key for this fight. Because her Soul Forge, while this is going, where is it? Huh, it does not show it in the replay. That is garbage. So, her Soul Forge is every Feint card you play gives strength down to the boss. That is her Soul Forge effect, and when you Exalt, it gives strength down. So when she's doing these big multi-hits is when you actually want to Feint Exalt, not before. You want to play this a little bit differently than you normally play the G.comp. You want to save the Feint Exalts when she does the big multi-hits in order to reduce the damage you do. And remember, you gotta eat as little DR as possible. So, I'm saving this Illusion's End, I think. I think I'm saving the Illusion's End. I don't remember what Flash Flares does, but I think Past Flares saves the Illusion's End. Here. So, or maybe I play it. I think I actually play it. Let's see. What did I do? Nope, saved it. Because I didn't need it there. Yeah. I knew Past Flares knew what it was doing. So now I Exalt because I need to dispel the Fragile. So now it's Sepsis. So this is inflicting bleed on you. So I'm saving this Illusion's End because the boss is going to hit me and imply a bleed. I'll just use the Illusion's End to remove the bleed and heal up because it's a more of a positive HP gain to do that way, if that makes sense. So the boss is getting heavy reinforced, but you don't care. You just build. You're doing poison anyway, so you don't really do the flex. Even though poison is affected by reinforce, but we're gonna kill the boss using the symptoms. Yep, it's another Arita cheese. So this is the multi-hit. The boss does this every time you hit him. He does one less. So right now, after this turn, we're gonna start keeping those. I saved the Feint Exalt again for the strength down. Stall, you know how the G.comp works. It's pretty brain dead to do the G.comp. And we're just feeding the babies. I feed it back to Feint because I don't really need to feed it to the G.dot right now. Because you want the Feint Exalt. The Feint Exalt is what's going to save you. Not for the DR, but for the strength down. You need the Feint Exalt for the strength down. Get rid of that. It's not time yet. The boss has 50 reinforced after this turn. We need to save the sprouting. Wait for it. Yep. Sepsis is happening. Play all the bloodstains. Except for one. And I don't think I've made it. I want to save one. Do this. Okay, now that we have this much thing, I think I'm just gonna start saving the bloodstains now. So, strike. Yep. It's double, you know, Caro Ring. So, Feint and Agrippa are really good choices here. You want to exile on them when possible, build up that alert. Exalt on her, dispel the Fragile. That's why I did that. Fragile is annoying. You want to dispel it before next turn. Now I'm keeping the bloodstains. Notice right now I'm keeping the bloodstains. The bloodstains are going to be the majority of our damage. If you have salve, if you're playing a salve comp, you can just stall with salve and do it that way. This also works with a salve comp, by the way. You just hold these bloodstains, because right now the reinforce is high enough that the poison is not going to do much damage. It's going to do a decent amount of damage. It still does a lot of damage. Don't get me wrong. But the bloodstains is what is going to be the majority of your damage. Because every bloodstain you heal, he loses this much HP. And that's a lot of HP. It does that seem like? I think it's sort of bugged too. I think it's actually more than the indicated value sometimes. Because sometimes when you're doing this cheese or this intended way of killing the boss, you will notice that it does way more damage than it says. I do not know why it does that. I don't think the player base knows why it does that, because I looked at numbers enough to know that this works. But no, there are no bugs in this game. It's not like they had a wheel not work for an entire year. There are no bugs in this game. There are no bugs at all in this game. So I wanted the boss to kill me on counter, so we have an extra turn. So we have extra turn right now because the boss killed us with counter. Now I'm holding this. See, it eats through invuln as well. This eats through invuln. This eats through reinforce. These curse cards eats through invuln, eats through all that shit, dude. So I'm saving the leg cone. So she's doing the big hit right now. This is why I saved the Aisha Exalt 4. This is why I was filling up her over exalt to reduce the amount of hits we take here. So I'm not going to play any bloodstains here. Now do that. Wow. The replay system is hot garbage. Here we go. So look at that. Slowly but surely, this, our counter, and the poison will kill the boss. Just hold these cards, because remember, it's 80 reinforce. You need these cards in phase 2. Yeah, look. All the cards. And she's gonna die to the poison. Yep. So you played with Salvador too. Just hold these cards in hand, and eventually the boss will eventually die. You just gotta live long enough while holding the cards in hand. Typically you do it with DR or a Feint. So they clearly want you to use Feint there. So let's go to wave 4. Yeah, this is a slow video, okay? Wave 4. This boss is probably the hardest boss out of the 4 bosses to do double alert 5 on. So first comp is G Murphy, second comp Jellet. Both these, you see how I killed her on turn 5 on both. Why? You have to generally kill her by turn 5 unless you're playing a super stall comp or a super strong comp like Blue Will. I used Blue Will on wave 5 already. Because after turn 5, the boss gets aggressively strong. Most comps won't even survive to turn 5 unless it's a very built comp on alert 5. Because this boss has 2.7 million HP and does a shit ton of damage and tentacles. So if you're playing Monchette, garbage, you will die because, you know, multi-hit go into DR is bad. If you're playing Calf, is also not good. Because this boss does decay. This boss does decay. So this is G Murphy. First turn is always the same. First turn is always the same with G Murphy. If you have her OE, save it for the boss. OE first turn. So you can have the extra waltzes in hand for the burst turn. And then you rouse her, you know, for the thing, and posse. Yep. And generally, almost always white stance first turn. Almost always white stance first turn. For the alias increase and the shield and removing the sacrifice you got from the battle beforehand. This is a good rule of thumb at the end of first turn. Remember, you want to use the waltz for scaling first turn. At the very end of every first turn with G Murphy, you should almost always rouse. So, here you go. So, hold on, let me pause. Okay. This is the main boss mechanic, which is why G Murphy and Jellet goes very well in this comp, and why Calf is bad, why a lot of comps that don't have healing is bad onto this. So, the boss either gives you decay or weakness. 2 turns of weakness. If your HP is greater than 50%, it gives you 2 turns of weakness. You don't want that. If you have under 50% HP, it gives you permanent decay. Decay is weakness, but worse. Weakness is 25% nerf, but it eventually goes away, and you can easily remove it with stuff like Tulu's 3 cost, Kaka's Exalt, Tinkt, all these units with weakness to spell, Lotan, off the top of my head right now. I know the game. So you can easily remove it 2 turns. However, it's pretty annoying. Decay, way worse. The only way to remove decay is if your HP is above 50%. And it only casts it when your HP is below 50%. So, on a G Murphy comp, what you want to do is make sure when the boss's time to cast, your HP is just below 50%. Just below 50% to get the decay rather than the weakness. And then the next turn, you play a sacrament to immediately remove decay. So, I calculated. So, I have 1400 because sacrifice. The tentacles are going to hit me for 314. That's going to reduce my HP to just below half. This is 200 below half. So, it gave me decay instead of weakness. Big brain. I played both sacraments, and now it's gone. Now decay is gone. Easy game, easy life. This is why I'm the content creator, folks. That's why everyone's fucking trash! Kill yourself if you didn't think about that. Okay. That is the trick. Calculated. So turn 4 is the turn. You gotta burst. I don't think you're gonna burst it. Is this the turn where I burst? I think I saved for turn 5 maybe. No, I waited turn 5. I didn't need to do it here. Or did I? Yeah, I did. I didn't do it here. Here we go. I'm saving up. White stance. And next turn we gotta kill. So I'm playing more waltzes. I'm playing these waltzes because she's discarding. So turn 4, she hits you and discards all of the cards in your hand. All of it. So this turn is generally the turn you want to kill her. Because generally your health is at nothing and you want to kill her before next turn for sure. So this is the burst turn. You go YF second option. Then you G Murphy Exalt. Waltz. Posse. Waltz. Waltz. Posse. Waltz. Waltz. You know the game plan. You guys know what to do here. We keep going. The boss is dead already. The boss is dead already. Big shocker. I tool exalt right there because I was like, yeah, the boss is gonna die anyway. I might as well exalt now rather than next turn. So yeah, 907. So 2 million damage. Turn 5. Boom. Boss is dead. So that's the G Murphy. It's gonna be the easier. Oh, both of them are easy. Gel is also easy. Took me a while. You don't want to play Calf in this. I tried with Calf. Calf is very bad into this boss. Gellet is better. This is why I rate Gellet very highly compared to other units. Because of her heal and her utility. This boss is all about the utility. And we're going to see how I utilize Gellet utility here. So, boss also gets counter based on things. So first turn, always rouse Gellet. For the scaling. Always rouse her here. And Tremble Straggle. Yep. Stall. Yep. So 2, 3. And we're in dupe. Dupe the bloodthirsty past flares. Dupe the bloodthirsty past flares, you piece of shit. Pass flares. Replay flares. Why are you replaying so slow? Replay flares. How fucking dare you? So, I just overexalt increases damage taken. So you gotta count cards here. With G Murphy shield each turn. Oh, it's the Lemurian bonus. I'll go over that after this. I'll go over that. Just remind me after this. I will go over why. It's account level. Short term account level. So you want to stun her here before the decay because decay is annoying. Account level. Account level and Soul Forge. I'll go over that afterwards. So, boom. We're saving the furnace to get rid of decay. So, this is the first burst, 700,000 plus 400. So, it's 1.05 mil. That's half boss HP. And the next big burst is going to kill, but I think we... Wait. So, now he's going to put decay on us. We want decay over weakness. Actually, I don't think we can choose... Yeah, we're going to get decay because tentacles are going to hit us. We want decay on these comps. Decay is preferable over weakness because decay we can remove with furnace. So, next turn. So this is the turn you want to burst. Why? This is the big boss mechanic that we sort of ignored on G Murphy because G Murphy is super strong. So, every card remaining in hand, he gets counter. But regardless, she gets counter. Everyone hates counter. All me and all my fucking homies hate counter, dude. Everyone hates fucking counter. So, yeah. So, we want to do as much damage before she gets counter. So, I furnace, I remove the decay with the furnace. So, this is the big burst turn. So we're just... I'm getting the Aegis Overexalt. Why the Aegis Overexalt? Is the final damage... Is the damage increase. It's the 25% damage buff. I want as much damage as possible this turn. I'm counting. And this is the 1 Nia. 1 DR proc. Because we're not going to proc DR next turn anyway. Because next turn is going to be do or die. So I'm fine with procking DR here to get the S key. So, this is what's annoying. But luckily, I'm a good player. 112 counter. So, you notice I furnace fed a baby. So I'm playing knowing the fact that the boss has 112 counter. And with these bloodthirsties, we heal back to counter. So this is a tight race of hitting the boss slightly. So I'm buffing all my units the best I can to avoid going to that. I don't even Aisha, I don't even Dies Exalt. Dies Exalt procs this, by the way. Dies Exalt procs the counter. If you Dies Exalt, it hurts. So that's why I'm gonna do this. Yeah. So I could have continued. I did not expect that Bloodthirsty to crit, but if it didn't crit, I would have Dies Exalted. I would have Bloodthirsty, Dies Exalt the Bloodthirsty, and killed her that way. Through the counter. So let's go to Pikmin. Pikmin is a fucking joke of a boss. It's a pretty big disappointment for a Wave 5 boss, to be honest. It's a pretty big disappointment for a Wave 5 boss. So I memed on it with Tawil, and I played it with Calf. Calf is pretty boring, so I'm going to do on my meme. So this is the meme. Yeah, I will tell you the G Murphy after this video is done. It's done recording. So, but thanks to remind me. So, again, in a boss battle with Blue Will, generally, you want to rouse Hamel first if your key flare is full in a boss battle. Because you have enough key flare that you don't need to rouse to will first if you planned the steps leading up to the boss correctly. If you plan the steps leading up to the boss correctly, if you aren't trash, you don't need to rouse to will. So I'm just doing this to find the Shattered Halberd. Nope. Twin Wings. Play the Twin Wings. Do that. Got the Shattered. Nice. It's too slow. Come on, speed it up. There we go. 8,000 counter. 11,000 counter. And first turn, he's hitting me 6 times into my 13,000 counter. Again, it's whatever. Again, you could have. I just could have just killed this guy normally, playing Blue Will normally with not counter. You can just kill her with fucking lightnings and stuff and just doing a combo. He has so little HP, but I like playing counter. Okay, I like playing counter. +2. Exalt to try to find a shatter. I don't think I found the shattered here. I don't think I found the shattered on this exalt. Yeah, I did not find a counter. I found something else. I found waltzes, which is nice. Yep. 20 wings, 6 wings. And I refill, I only miss. Oh, I got shattered. Yeah. I was full into the counter meme here. I remember fast players. I was full. Sucks that I didn't crit. 32,000 counter, turn 2. 32,000 counter, turn 2 here. Now he does the one big hit. Because of the Vaughn on us. The reason why is because we have Vaughn on us. I brought the knot to get rid of the Vaughn beforehand, but I didn't really need it. I was like, yeah, I don't really need it. It's a waste of resources to exalt on him, so I just ate the damage instead. Because my HP value is pretty high because it's all account level. I really hate the buff because it makes the game too easy. Because before Annie, I did not have this much HP. What happened after Annie is they give every veteran player. It's not even a whale thing. Every old player, the older your account is, the stronger it is. That's the buff for Annie. And I heavily disagree with that because before, your account HP stopped scaling at level 70 account level. But after Annie, they increased the cap to infinite. So the older of a player you are, the easier the game will be for you. I disagree with that. It should be the same experience for a new or an old player. The only difference should be pools, not like what level your account is. But yeah, if I did not have that much HP, I would have not exalted to prevent the Vuln. So, this is the multi-hit again. Play that. +2. Rouse. Yep, enjoy eating my counter. Enjoy. Execute. Yep, enjoy. 4 hit into 40,000 counter. Enjoy, Pikmin. Enjoy taking 600,000 damage. Because remember, all the protectives I duped. Because all the protectives I duped increased the counter, you know, hits. So, do this. Wind wings. Yep. And turn. 51,000 counter. So this is the one big hit. It's whatever. He always does this one big hit. Yeah, you can just kill regular. Any comp can kill Pikmin. Pikmin's a very easy boss because he doesn't have a lot of HP for an alert 5 boss. You're taking 1.5 million is nothing. The wave 4 boss had 2.7 million. Pikmin has half the HP of it. I don't understand why they give him like no HP. Granted, if he had more HP, it wouldn't change anything. I would have just killed him with counter regardless. But I don't understand why they made this boss so fucking easy for a wave 5 boss. Because a wave 5 boss, we have 73,000 counter. A wave 5 boss should have like at least 4 million HP, I feel. This is like, yeah, I can't even meme. Like, this is where I would fully meme if the boss has full HP. I did meme, but I want the boss to have more HP and just meme here. I would just destroy him here if he had actual HP values, but he doesn't. Yeah, I could have 4-winged him down way more, but I didn't want to because I want to give him a taste, you know, give him a taste. Give him a taste of what it's like to hit. Pikmin needs to know what it's like to hit. So, you know, he only hits me once, but you can imagine if he hits me 7 times, he would take a lot of damage. Yeah, that's basically Pikmin. Pikmin is the easiest fucking wave 5 boss in the game so far, in my opinion. So, that concludes this D-Tide. I'm going to answer questions on the stream, but I'm going to end the video now. I'm going to upload it.